Hello everyone, welcome you all to this new video. So till now we have covered module 1 of this subject, that is digital system design using Verilog. So in that I have made around 13 to 14 videos, I guess. I don't have the exact count, but that much videos was required because there was a lot of things going on in that module as well. Okay. But this module, in module 2, the concepts are very less, the easiest module of all the 5 modules, and easily you will be understanding the concepts because some of the concepts are already repeated in your previous in the previous semester, that is in the basic electronics and in your PUCs as well. Some concepts related to logic gates and all are already done for you guys. Okay, it's just a recall, that is about full adder, half adder, full subtractor, half subtractor, construction using logic gates, everything. So that concepts and all, I'm not going to take a lot of explanation. I'm not going to do on it because in this video I'm explaining that only. But I'm just going to recall it to you guys, okay? Because it's a part of the syllabus, so that's why I thought to do it. So in whole, we are going to be studying about binary adders and subtractors, comparators, decoders, encoders, multiplexers. These things, it's not mentioned in these notes. I guess it is not there in the syllabus as well. And about programmable logic devices, PLDs and FPGA, and we are going to be comparing between PLD and FPGA and some other different adder circuits and subtractor circuits. Okay, so these are the things which we are going to be discussing in this module. So the module name is Logic Design with MSI Components and Programmable Logic Devices. Okay, some simple logic design circuits which you need to be knowing. You should be knowing that. So yeah, in this video we are going to be discussing with design of combinational circuits. Okay, as I've told you, some of the important combinational circuits are for with respect to 2-bit, 3-bit, 4-bit, commonly used circuits for most of the circuits to avoid the circuit complexity. So these circuits are used for those purposes. That is, one is half adder, full adder, half subtractor, and full subtractor. Okay, so one by one we are going to be discussing about that. That is design of combinational circuit. Let us see what is given here. The design of combinational circuits starts from the verbal outline of the problem and ends in the logic circuit diagram. The procedure involves the following steps. So, for the design of the combinational circuits, so these are the steps involved in that. The first step is state the given problem completely and exactly. That is, whatever the problem given with respect to the combination, how many inputs are used, what are the number of combinations to be executed, where the fault is present, what are the conclusions which we get, everything you should be stating in a particular problem exactly. Okay, second step, interpret the problem and determine the available input variables and required output variables. Okay, third step, assign a letter symbol to each input and output variables. So in order to represent which is input and output, we should be assigning the particular symbol to them so that they would be separately called as the set of inputs and outputs. So the fourth step is design the truth table, which defines the required relations between input and output. So in order to maintain the relationship between input and output, there is one concept called as concept of truth table. Okay, so that makes a relation between input and output, how the inputs are related to output. So for that we are required the concept of truth table. Okay, so the fifth step is obtain the simplified Boolean expression for each output using K-maps. So using K-maps is not necessary. Based on the logic which we are using in that particular circuit, we could be simply finding the Boolean expression. For example, using AND logic, OR logic, XOR logic, like that. Okay, if you know the logic and know the steps to be calculated using those logics, easily you could be finding the Boolean expression. No, there is no required to be using K-maps and all. If they tell in the question, do this particular question using K maps, then you should be doing it. Okay, if they don't ask it, simply don't do it using K map. So the next step is draw the logic circuit diagram to implement the Boolean expression. So based on the Boolean expressions which we have simplified using the logic gates, you should be in the position to be designing that circuit. Okay, using that Boolean expression, you should be knowing how to build that circuit, and that would be your complete logic design. Okay, so these are the steps which are used to be applied to be applied to construct the logic design circuits or logic circuits. So these steps are very, very important. So just note it down. Okay. So about arithmetic circuits, what do you mean by arithmetic circuits? Let us see here. One essential function of most computers and calculators is the performance of arithmetic operations. The logic gates designed so far can be used to perform arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in electric calculators and digital instruments. Since these circuits are electronic, they are very fast. Typically, an addition operation takes less than 1 microsecond. Okay, so this is all about arithmetic circuits. Now let us get to the one by one the concepts. The first concept is about half adder. Again, I'm not going to be explaining in detail because this is done for you guys in the earlier previous lower classes. So yeah. So what do you mean by half adder? A logic circuit used for the addition of two one-bit numbers is referred to as half adder. Okay, its main operation is addition operation. At what operation? At what addition it does? It does the addition of two one-bit numbers. From the verbal explanation of a half adder, we find that this circuit needs two binary inputs and two binary outputs. Okay, so the input variables designate the augend and addend bits. That is the two bits which are required to be added up. The output variables produce the two components, that is one is sum and carry. Okay, for those two sums and carry we are having different expressions, so that we are going, let us see later. We assign the symbols a and b to the inputs, to the two inputs, and s for sum and c for carry for the outputs. Okay, so the truth table of half adder is shown below. So this is the truth table of half adder. Okay, so there are two inputs. So therefore, if you are having two inputs, you would be having four combinations. As you know, the four combinations are 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, 1 1. So these are the outputs, that is sum and carry. So the sum of 0 plus 0 is 0, and we are having no carry generated. And 0 plus 1 is 1, again we are having no carry generated. 1 plus 0 is 1, no carry. 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, and if you represent 2 in binary form, it is 1 0, right? So where 1 is carry and 0 is sum, so therefore we are having one carry getting generated when we add the final two bits, that is 1 1. Okay, so like this the truth table is formed. So here the C output is 1 only when both the inputs are 1. Okay, you could be remembering like this for a half adder truth table. The C output, that is the carry output, is 1 only when both the inputs are 1, and the S output represents the least significant bit of the sum. The logic expression for the sum output can be obtained from the truth table. It can be written as the SOP expression by summing up the input combinations for which the sum is equal to 1. Okay. So in the truth table, the sum output is 1 for A dash B and AB dash. Therefore, the expression for the sum can be written as S is equal to A dash B plus AB dash. That is, you see here, sum is 1 for these two combinations here. Okay, it's mentioned for 0 1 and 1 0, right? So that's why 0 1 can be represented as, I have told you, if it is 0, you should be taking the complement of the variable. So A dash B and AB dash. So these two are summed up, right? So that's why you just add them up. That is some expression. Then therefore it would be A dash B plus AB dash. If you further simplify it, you could be simply writing it as A XOR with B. Okay, so XOR operation of these two variables would be the sum of the half adder circuit. Similarly, the logic expression for carry output can be written as SOP expression by summing up the last input combinations for which the carry is equal to 1. In the truth table, the carry is 1 for AB. Therefore, the carry expression would be equal to AB. Okay, you see here, carry is only 1 for this combination, right? That is AB combination. And both the inputs are 1, so that's why it's represented as AB. So they are getting multiplied. C is equal to AB. This expression for C cannot be simplified. The sum output corresponds to logic XOR function, while the carry output corresponds to logic AND function. Okay, as mentioned here, this is the XOR operation taking place for sum, and since they are getting multiplied, so AND operation we are using. So the half adder circuit can be implemented using XOR and AND gate as shown here. Okay, so this is the block diagram, and this is the simple half adder circuit here. Okay, where we are having two inputs and two outputs here. Two inputs are A and B, two outputs are sum and carry. For sum, You see here A and B, this is the XOR gate drawn, and for carry with the same inputs A and B, AND gate is drawn here. Okay, so that's why this can be represented as the simple half adder circuit. Okay, so hope this is clear how to draw half adder circuit. Also, you could be drawing half adder circuit using only NAND gates. Okay, so that they have not used, so that's not required. So this was all about half adder logic. Now let us get to the next circuit, that is called as full adder. Okay, so here it follows the same logic for half adder, but here instead of two inputs we are using three inputs. Okay, so one more extra input, additional input is that carry in. Okay, so that is one additional input which you require for the full adder. Okay, so let us see what is given here. A combinational logic circuit for adding 3 bits. It is called as full adder. As seen, a half adder has only 2 inputs and there is no provision to add carry coming from the lower bit order when multi-bit addition is performed. For this purpose, we use a logic circuit that can add 3 bits which allows a carry coming from the lower bit. Okay, so that third bit is called as the carry bit, which is from the lower column. This implies that we need a logic circuit with 3 inputs and 2 outputs. Such circuit is called as full adder circuit. The truth table is shown below. Here you see there are 3 inputs and 2 outputs. So based on the 3 inputs, we are having 8 combination, that is 000, 001, 010, 011, 100, 101, 110, and 111. Okay. First, do the sum operation, that is 0 plus 0 plus 0, that is 0. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 1 plus 1, so that is 2, but 2 is represented is in binary as 1 0, so therefore one carry is generated and sum is 0. Next, 1 plus 0 is 1, no carry. 1 plus 0 plus 1, again it is 2, 1 carry is generated and the sum is 0. 1 plus 1 plus 0, again it is 2, carry is generated, sum is 0. And 1 plus 1, that is 3, and it is represented as 1 1 1, that is 1 1. In 3, 3 is represented as 1 1, so that's why sum is also 1, carry is also 1. Okay, so this is the truth table formed here with respect to the full adder. So just note this truth table down. As shown, there are 8 possible input combinations. For these 3 inputs, for each case, the S and C out values are listed. From the truth table, the logic expression for S can be written by summing up the input combinations for which the sum output is 1, and that is given by S is equal to, for these 4 combinations, 1 2 3 and 4. So with respect to that, you write the expressions, that is a dash b dash c in plus a dash b c dash in plus a b dash c dash in plus a b c in. Okay, for these 4 combinations, here they have written the sum expression. Now just simplify it by taking the common terms. So here take a dash common in these two terms, so we are left with the b dash c in plus b c in dash, and here take a common, so we are left with b dash c dash in plus b c in. Okay, so it corresponds to the XOR operation here, so that's why a dash into B XOR with C in plus A, and this corresponds to XNOR operation. So A into B XOR with C in its complement, that is B XOR with C and its complement. So it would be B XNOR. Okay. Now S is equal to a dash x plus a x dash. That would be equal to a XOR with x. Replacing x in the above expression, we get S is equal to a XOR with b XOR with c. Because you see here, we are having b XOR with c in, you take it as x, and here we would be getting a dash x plus a x dash, that would be a XOR with x, so that's why we would be getting a XOR with x term. So x term is b XOR with c in, so that's why our total sum would be equal to S is equal to a XOR with b XOR with c. Okay, so this is the expression for sum. Whereas for carry, this is the expression wherever the 1 is there for carry. With respect to that, you write the carry expression, that is given by C out is equal to a dash BC in plus a b dash c in plus a b c dash in plus a b c in. Okay, use the k map here to simplify and make the groups, and this is the carry expression which we get for full adder, that is bc in plus ac in plus ab. Okay, So this is sum and carry expression for the uh, full adder, and with respect to that the logic diagram is drawn. You see here, this is for sum and carry of the full adder circuit. So you see here there are three inputs A, B, C in. First is for some A XOR with B, and the output is given to the C in input, and it is like again XORed, so that's why the total sum is given here. And for carry again, the three inputs you take it here: BC in, AB, AC in, and BC in. All these three are added up together, and the outputs are given to the OR gate because they are getting added up. So that's why this is the carry expression. So in this way, the logic circuit is designed for a full adder, and this is the block diagram. Okay. So this is the full adder circuit using two half adders. In case if they ask using two half adder how the full adder is constructed in this way. Okay. So you see here. So here how they have used A XOR with B, XOR with C in, and with from B and C in one AND gate is constructed, and from A and B in one AND gate is constructed, and they are given to OR gates, and in this way full adder circuit is constructed using two half adders. Okay, so these two block diagrams you note it down. In case if they ask, they won't be asking, but if they ask, you should be in a position to draw these diagrams. Okay, yeah. So note this down. So half subtractor and full subtractor, let us see in the next video. Okay. So because if the video would be much lengthy, so that's why I don't want to waste much time. So yeah, let's see in the next video. Thank you.